Coach, it's kind of felt like, basketball season's over. It's felt like a long time since we played any games. Kind of what's going on with the team right now?
Yeah, it's been a crazy week, somebody told me this week, and I think there's a lot of truth in this, man. If you wrote a script over the last year of everything that's happened, you would probably, if I was a producer or movie director, you'd probably look at that movie and say, hey, man, you need to take some of that out, man. That's just too much. It's just been wild, crazy. You concerned so much with COVID and getting to it, and you get to the end of the point, and the guys have done a great job, and it looks like we're going to be able to finish the year, and then here we have this Arctic blast, come in. So it's been challenging, but you know what, Max, we talked a lot about this at the beginning of the year, and we've got a mature veteran ball club, but there's going to be adversity. There's going to be things that happened throughout the year, and the teams that handle it the best way are going to be the teams that are successful. And I think up to this point we have. We've handled it very well, and we've got to handle this. We've had a 10-day pause before, and so it's not the first time this has happened. Obviously, during that 10-day pause we've had was not really our fault. There were some COVID things that happened with Corpus, and I forgot the other team that caused us to have that pause. So we were able to continue to practice. With the snowstorm, we had a couple days where we could not get up here, and we did not want to get up here. We were obviously concerned about our guys. They didn't have any heat and water and all that, so we took 2 or 3 days off. So that's been a little bit different. But we've been getting going here. We've had a couple good practices here over the weekend, and then today we're back in school, so hopefully there's some normalcy to the day, and I think we'll get back going. And at the end of the day, it could end up helping us, as the stretch run here, getting rested up.
Absolutely. And so, in a year where there's weather delays and COVID-19 delays, what does it say about your team, how strong they are to handle this?
Yeah, I've just been really proud of our guys. I probably don't brag on them enough. You look at it, we have the chance to have maybe the best season ever in ACU basketball history, and I don't know if that gets talked a lot because of all the other stuff that's going on. And so they need to be bragged on. And the reason they have the chance to be the best team to ever play here is because they've handled stuff the right way and they've done things the right way. And it's easy to say that too, Max, because you can do things the right way and still get caught up in this COVID. There's not really a great, but when we have got caught up in it, or we've had to face adversity with other teams and getting games canceled, our guys have handled it great, and so we've continued to move on, and turn the page and go to what's next. And so we're not the only ones doing it. Everybody, I talked to Coach Beard the other day, what a week they've had. They thought they were supposed to play TCU on Tuesday, gets canceled, TCU on Thursday gets canceled, and here next thing they know, they're flying to Lawrence and playing on Saturday. Now they're on a plane going to play Oklahoma State. There's teams in our league right now that are having to play 6 games in the next 12 or 13 days to make all this stuff up. Will they get it done? I don't know. I hope they do, but it's just, there's a lot of unknowns right now. There's a lot of craziness. We're all trying to get to, in our situation, we're all trying to get to Katy. We obviously have already punched our ticket to Katy. We know we're going to get the opportunity to be one of 8 teams to have the chance to play for the NCAA tournament, so that's off our chest. But obviously right now we're playing for seeding, and then, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we're at a point in late February where you could talk about it. We got a chance to win the league. You got 4 games down the stretch right here, and they're all important. And you're playing meaningful games in late February and March, and our team has a chance to do that.
Absolutely. So you talked about how good this team is. How do you like their chances of making another run back?
Yeah, I think we're built the right way. We have an identity. We know exactly who we are. Obviously, the little concern for me with a 10-day break is, are we a little rusty? Sam's playing tonight, and I think that's a good thing for them. They get a game under their belt before they come here. We don't have that opportunity, so obviously that's a little concern for me, but there's nothing we can do about it. It is what it is, like we talked about, and we got to handle what we can handle. So, but I think our team is playing our best basketball. We were getting better, and I think we've had some good practices. We'll continue to get better as we get towards Katy, and we're built the right way. We've got depth, we've got good guard play. We have an identity on both ends of the floor. We understand that. We've built some real relationships in that locker room. It means a bunch. These guys are excited as anybody maybe in the country, because a lot of these guys were on our team last year and got to Katy and couldn't get through the front door. We got shut down, and so they understand the sense of urgency. They're 2 weeks away from getting back there, and there's a lot on the line. So I expect us to play our best basketball down the stretch.
All right, with the Sam game, I know when you went there was some injuries. It was kind of a weird game. When we came back here, we were talking about it. What kind of game do you expect now? Are your guys I asked the same thing for SFA. Does this one seem a little bit bigger for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. It's bigger because they kicked our butt, you know. They're the one team in this league that's kicked our butt, you know. And there was a bunch of stuff that happened, but there's no excuses. You know, we don't make excuses around here. And we played the 40-minute game. We had enough players to go play the game, and they kicked our butt, you know, plain and simple, man. They held us to 57 points offensively. We weren't locked in on that end of the ball, and they controlled the game really from start to finish. You know, they've got a really good ball club. They're very well coached. They've had success here all season, really. You take the first month they played just a very difficult schedule. They played a bunch of high majors and guarantee games, and then you take that month really from November to probably mid-December into December. They've won a ton of games. I think they've lost maybe 1 or 2 games since that point. So they're one of the best mid-major basketball teams in the country, and it's going to be a great. I think that's what you sign up to play. Back to our point, you want to play meaningful games in late February, March, and there's a lot on the line Wednesday night. In that game for both teams, and I would expect it to be a great college basketball game.
So next week, if we are here again, it'll be March 1st, if my calendar's correct.
Yes, we made it.
Yeah, it's crazy. After the 10-day layoff,
yeah.
And 4 games left in the regular season, right around the corner is March Madness. It's all coming quick for you. Is this kind of where you expected the team to be? Obviously now with the layoff and everything, but are they rounding into shape? Yeah,
I think we're in a good spot. Again, a little bit of concern with a 10-day break, and not playing any games. But I thought going into that break, we were playing some of our best basketball. We were still having great practices, and practices have not. They've been good even during this 10-day break. It just gets a little old going against each other. Especially this time of the year. So, and there's a fine line too there. You want to stay in game shape, and keep these guys going, but you also want to stay healthy and keep them fresh. So, you're always trying to constantly balance that back and forth. But I don't have to say a whole lot, honestly, for Wednesday night. These guys watched tape last night. They're going to watch tape again today, and they'll watch tape on Tuesday of them getting their butts kicked, So these are easy scouts as far as that's concerned. You just got to turn on the tape and see what happened, and challenge your guys. Obviously, we're going to make some adjustments. Sam will make some adjustments. That's what good teams do and good staffs do. And so both teams will adjust a little bit from the first game. But Sam knows what's on the line. They're coming here, and we haven't lost a game here. And if they win here, it would be a huge win for them. And they're trying to win the conference championship. We're trying to win the conference championship. If we beat Sam, that goes a long way, towards that. So both teams, I would expect to be ready to go.
Were your guys able to have water and stay warm over the last week, or they would play?
Well, water was an issue. We learned how to boil. I think boil water. We tried to get as much water as we can. Obviously, that was scarce around here in Abilene, but we were able to, the generosity of a bunch of people in the community, to get our guys some water that they were able to drink, and obviously able to brush their teeth and do some stuff. Showering was, that's, you think about it, okay, let's practice, but after they practice for an hour and a half, 2 hours, where do they shower? So there were a lot of concerns. Obviously going to that, the heat was a deal. Our school stepped up. They offered dorms. We offered apartments for our guys. Some of our guys just wanted to stay in there and in their house and handle it that way. Everybody wants to handle it a little bit differently. We were able to get some people in the community to step up with some meals, and so you just try to survive the day. Honestly, and try to win the day. It was a tough three or 4 days there for all of our guys, and. What's funny, though, we talk about this a lot in our program. February is always like gloomy and dark and rainy, and the weather's always good one day, bad one day. February is just, it's a grind with basketball. The practices get old. It's just, but March is beautiful, and to your point, next Monday is March 1st, and the sun's going to be out, and it's going to be beautiful. And teams that take care of February and the ugliness and the nastiness of February and the grind, they set themselves up for a beautiful March, and so we've done it to this point, and we just got to finish it.